Welcome back to Advent Stories. Today I'm here with George, who's going to tell us his story. George, welcome to Advent Stories. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself as we begin?
Thank you, Matt. Well, I'm one of your older members.
Not at all.
This is very obvious. And I've been a member of St Mary's since the year 2000, when my wife retired from full-time ministry.
Okay, brilliant.
But I did have a break in between times.
Okay. And do you want to tell us a little bit more about that break?
Yes.
When you were away from St Mary's?
Yes. For a few years after Liz retired, she helped. We knew Fred and Val Kilner very well.
Okay.
Fred, the vicar at the time.
Right.
And so Liz worked in a non-stipendiary capacity, helping Fred at the time for a few years.
Yeah.
But then sadly, dementia, Alzheimer's got hold of her.
Okay.
And wrongly, I think, but I made the decision at some stage along the way that Liz might be better, might be more comfortable with a smaller congregation.
Yeah. Okay.
With whom she would remember people's names better.
Yeah.
I think that was a mistake, my mistake.
Okay.
But it was the reason that we left St Mary's at that stage.
Okay.
But then, as things turned out, Liz eventually had to go into care, that was in 2012.
Okay.
And at that stage, I came back to St Mary's on my own.
Yeah.
And
how was that when you came back to St Mary's?
Well, I was in a very bad state. The worst I've ever been in my life, I'm sure.
Oh, dear.
And people were just so very good.
Okay.
People that had known Liz and many who didn't, like Chris, for example. And it was just an object lesson of Christian faith at work, really.
Okay.
The way I was picked up and looked after.
That's amazing to have that welcome and
yes, absolutely.
To come back.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, yeah. And did that make a big difference to your faith as you came back to St Mary's?
Well, I don't think my faith had ever wavered, but I had been, I suppose with some good excuse, but I'd been a bit lazy.
Yeah.
And certainly prayer had not featured very much in my life. Well, hardly at all since I originally. I was a late developer. I became a Christian in my mid-20s.
Okay.
But even that's a long time ago. Sorry, I'm not sure where I was up to with that.
So you came back to St Mary's.
Yes. And then of course coming back to St Mary's and receiving all that love and support.
Yeah.
And what I might have called spiritual nourishment, I suppose. It did just give me time, opportunity to reflect, and since then I've been, I won't say I'm an object lesson, but I've been a lot more disciplined in my prayer life and have benefited from it enormously. I just feel much closer to the Lord now than ever I did before.
Yeah.
So
that's brilliant.
It's been good.
Well, thank you for sharing. And obviously it's Advent season, and I wonder if, to people that are watching, is there anything that you'd like to share with them at this time of year? One encouragement, maybe something out of your story or something else?
Well, I'm not sure I presume to offer advice to anybody, but I suppose in my own experience, my family are scattered around. I have a daughter living in the Netherlands and a son living in Mexico.
Okay.
And so my immediate family are far-flung, though I have lots of good friends. But I suppose what I would want to say by way of an Advent message would be to encourage us all to look to our Christian family at St Mary's and beyond, because it's a very real thing, and the measure of love and support that certainly that I've experienced, and I'm sure that's there for everybody. So take advantage of that.
Yeah. Well, brilliant. Thank you so much, George, for joining us. I've been really encouraged by your story, and I'm sure people who are watching will be really inspired as well. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Matt. Thank you.